What's happening, guys? So, match preview. Arsenal versus Sporting Lisbon at the Emirates Stadium. Second leg of the Europa League. Now, last week we drew 2-2 at their ground. And it was one of those where our defense just looked shaky, right? The defense was up for question. Like, what is going on? Because we can't keep doing this. You know what I mean? We looked tired. I remember man like Big Benny boy, Benjamin White, he was knackered in that game. But then the weekend just gone, we played Fulham, and you would have never thought that we'd been all the way in Portugal playing a Europa League game, 3 days prior? Don't know what they had for breakfast when we played Fulham, but what we know now is that we've got a game tonight. Now, let me just get a little bit of the preview up, right? Because, tonight's game, it's an important game. It's the second leg. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we either go through or we go out. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking we're going through tonight. That's where I'm seeing it. Now, Sporting's record against English oppositions, has been poor when it comes to their away form. Sporting's record against English sides is perhaps where they run into an issue on that front, as the Lions are winless in their last 9 away games against English opposition in major European competition, drawn 4 and lost 5. Their travelling record is equally uninspiring in the UEFA Europa League knockout phase, winning 2, drawing 5, losing 8. Though they can perhaps take heart from the fact one of those triumphs came in their last such game to a 4-0 win against Midtjylland. Fam, surely we've got these man tonight. You know what I mean? Surely we've got these man tonight. You know what I mean? I don't want to see nothing about no, or will, no. Now, in terms of players being out, they've got 4 players out, 2 to injury. One of them's a former Arsenal player, Hector Bellerin, and 2 to too many yellow cards. We've got Nketiah that's still out, and El Nene is obviously out, and you won't see the rest. Won't be seeing him for the rest of the season. But yeah, surely we get through these, man. You know what I mean? I'm thinking we get through. Now, we've got Gabriel Jesus back. Now, I didn't want to see him back until after the international break, but he's back. He's fit enough to play and everything like that. In terms of lineups tonight, I wouldn't start Jesus personally. This would be the lineup I would put out, or I would want to see. Right? I'd have Turner in goal. I'd have Tomiyasu at right back, Gabriel and Saliba in the centre back partnership. I'd start Tini in this game. And then in the midfield, I'd have Thomas Partey. And I would actually bench Granit Xhaka tonight and have Big George next to Thomas Partey. I'm intrigued to see how that will work whenever should them two, play together at some point in this season. And then I'd involve Martin Odegaard back in this game. I'd bench Saka. I'd have Martinelli. I'd bench Saka and I'd put Big Tross in his place because Big Tross, he can use both feet. You know what I mean? 2 of the goals he assists out of 3 against Fulham was with his weak foot. He's got complete footballer qualities about him, right? Now, I'd have Martinelli in the middle, up top, and I'd have Reece Nelson on the left. That was what I'd start with. That team's good enough to win tonight. You know what I mean? Putting them out. My score prediction tonight is 3-1. My score prediction is we will win 3-1. That's my prediction, right? But I don't think Arteta's not going to put out the team that I just stated. You know what I mean? There's going to be changes, but it's not going to be the changes that I would personally have in there. I do think that Saka, I'd bench him for a game or something like that. You know what I mean? I personally would. But otherwise, I want to win this competition anyway. Like, I really want to win this competition. You know what I mean? I love nothing more than the double this season. You know what I mean? Because the double is the most we can get, right? The double is the most we can get. You know, let's just hope that we pull it off. You know what I mean? After this round, you've got quarterfinals, then semi-finals, and then the final. You know what I mean? I don't really I mean, Arsenal in European competitions is just woeful anyway, but I don't really care who, if we were to reach the final, I don't really care who we'd get. You know what I mean? I personally wouldn't, I just would expect us to go and win this competition. You know what I mean? It's a European competition, and I know this can't go on forever, but you know what I mean? It's just one of those where it's like, is this the time? Are we really going to do it now? Kind of thing. You know what I mean? But should we go out tonight, right? Then we better just. I mean, we should be going all out for the league as well, anyway. But we better absolutely smash it for that league title. You know what I mean? But I want 2 trophies. You know what I mean? That was my aim at the start of the season. I said I want 2 trophies this season. And never did I thought that Arsenal would be in a title race. You know what I mean? Not from bottling top 4 last season. I didn't think, oh yeah, we're you know what I mean? But then again, we were chilling in top 4 for most of last season, if I'm not mistaken. So you just never know. You know what I mean? You just never know. But yeah, the game's tonight. This match preview should have been done last night, but um, yeah, but yeah, I expect us to go through. I mean, whoever we face next, if we were to go through, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I am the only concern is if we face Man U, and the reason why that is because I know that they will play as if they want it more than what we will. That's personally what I think. That's the only thing about that. You know what I mean? I think that if we face Man U in the Europa League at any point, I think Man U would want it more. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You know what I mean? When you put Arsenal in the FA Cup, we want it more than anybody, usually. You know what I mean? Or at least in the last, 7 years. But we'll see. We'll see in it. But anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe. Obviously, I'm on StreamYard, so I'll be streaming. I think I'll be streaming. Ignore the noise outside. I think I'll stream most of my videos now because it just saves editing. I mean, everything's in place right now. I mean, everything's in place. Usually, when I make videos, I'm in front of a green screen and then I have to put this behind me afterwards. Whereas when you stream it, it's right there, right now. But tonight's prediction for me, 3-1 win for Arsenal. I think that's it, 3-1. Well, let me know what you guys think anyway. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.